What's up, Switch fans? Welcome back to Level Up Switch. I'm Matt, and today I've got an absolutely packed video with 14 newly announced games and release date updates that just dropped for the Nintendo Switch. Whether you're into cozy strategy games that help you unwind after a long day, hardcore action titles that'll test your reflexes, nostalgic RPGs that'll take you back, or pixel-perfect platforming that'll challenge your skills, there's something in here for everyone. I've spent the last week digging through announcements, press releases, and developer interviews to bring you the most comprehensive look at what's coming to your favorite handheld console. So grab your wish list, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump right into these amazing upcoming titles. We're kicking things off with Day of the Shell, a twin-stick shooter where, you guessed it, you play as weaponized snails. The pixel art is quirky and colorful. The action looks absolutely frantic, and it seems perfect for couch co-op chaos with up to 4 players. You'll be dodging bullet patterns, collecting power-ups, and blasting away enemies across procedurally generated battlefields. What caught my eye was the upgrade system that lets you customize your shell with different weapons and defensive capabilities. The developers have promised over 50 unique modifications to discover. This one's set for a third quarter 2025 release window, and the developers mentioned a demo might be coming to the eShop this summer. Stealth fans, you'll want to watch this one closely. The Shadow Syndicate is a stylish, side-scrolling action game that mixes fast-paced swordplay with tactical infiltration. It's absolutely dripping with noir vibes and neon-lit environments. You play as Kira, a former assassin pulled back into the criminal underworld for one last job. The gameplay switches between tense stealth sections where one wrong move means instant death, and fluid combat sequences where you can chain together combos for spectacular takedowns. What's really impressive is how the narrative branches based on your approach. Go in guns blazing, and you'll face different consequences than if you stick to the shadows. No hard release date yet, but it's officially coming soon, with a gameplay showcase planned for next month. Need something relaxing after all that action? Preserve is a cozy nature-building sim where you restore ecosystems tile by tile. It's like Dorfromantik meets Terra Nil with a splash of Stardew Valley's charm. You'll start with a small plot of degraded land and gradually transform it into thriving ecosystems. Place forests, rivers, meadows, and watch as wildlife returns to your creation. There's no time pressure, no failure states, just the peaceful satisfaction of watching your sanctuary grow. The developers have emphasized that all the ecosystems are scientifically accurate, so you might even learn something while you play. There's also a photo mode to capture your environmental masterpieces. It launches May 15th, 2025. That's right around the corner, just a couple of days from now. Sea of Stars fans, rejoice! The next chapter, Throes of the Watchmaker, is coming as a free DLC that expands on the original game's world and story. Expect new dungeons filled with unique puzzles, fearsome enemies, and some seriously challenging boss fights. The DLC introduces a new playable character, the Timekeeper, who brings unique time manipulation abilities to your party.
Ride!
The developers at Sabotage Studio have really outdone themselves with the new areas. I got a sneak peek at some gameplay footage, and the pixel art somehow looks even more gorgeous than the base game. There's also a new crafting system that lets you forge special equipment from rare materials, adding another layer of depth to the combat. You can dive back into this beloved world on May 20th, 2025. Next up, racing fans. Formula Legends is going full speed ahead with retro-style visuals reminiscent of the 16-bit era, but with modern physics and handling. What sets this one apart is the deep team management system. You'll need to hire engineers, research new parts, and manage your budget while climbing through the racing divisions. On the track, you'll experience a perfect blend of sim and arcade vibes that's accessible but still has depth. The game features 25 tracks inspired by real-world circuits, 40 customizable cars, and a dynamic weather system that can completely change race conditions. Local multiplayer supports up to 4 players in split screen, and there's online racing for up to 12 players. It's officially coming sometime in 2025, with more details expected at the upcoming Summer Game Fest. Moadra is an action RPG steeped in Celtic mythology that looks absolutely breathtaking. The hand-painted visuals give it a storybook quality that stands out immediately. You play as Finn, a young druid tasked with restoring balance to a world where the boundary between the mortal realm and the other world is rapidly dissolving. The combat system focuses on real-time boss battles that require learning attack patterns and exploiting specific weaknesses. What's really cool is the transformation mechanic. As you progress, you'll unlock the ability to take on different animal forms, each with unique abilities for combat and exploration. The soundtrack features authentic Celtic instruments and vocals that really pull you into this mythological world. It's on track for a 2025 release, though no specific date just yet. The developers have promised a substantial gameplay reveal at this year's Gamescom. If you love vampire survivors and Norse mythology, Nordic Ashes Ultimate Edition is absolutely for you. This horde survival action game puts you in the boots of a Viking warrior facing endless waves of mythological creatures. The Ultimate Edition includes all prior updates, optimized specifically for Switch performance, and adds new content too, including 5 new playable characters, 20 new weapons, and 3 new biomes to battle through. The progression system lets you unlock permanent upgrades between runs, and there's a challenge mode with daily quests that reward exclusive cosmetics. The 2-player co-op mode is perfect for taking on the toughest challenges with a friend. The Ultimate Edition launches in June 2025, and pre-orders will get exclusive Valkyrie armor. Now let's jump into the release date updates. These games were already revealed, but we finally have official dates or new information. Falcom's legendary RPG, Trails in the Sky. First chapter is finally making its way to the Switch. This enhanced port features upgraded visuals, a remastered soundtrack, and quality-of-life improvements while preserving the classic gameplay. Expect deep world-building, strategic turn-based combat, and tons of dialogue with memorable characters. For those unfamiliar with the series, this is where the massive Trails saga begins, and it's the perfect entry point. The Switch version includes all content from previous releases, plus a new side story that bridges some narrative gaps. There's also a handy glossary feature for keeping track of the extensive lore and character relationships. Mark your calendars for September 16th, 2025. Run a ranch, trade cattle, fend off bandits. Cattle Country is giving Big Stardew meets Oregon Trail energy with some tactical combat thrown in for good measure. You'll build your ranch from the ground up, manage resources during harsh seasons, and form relationships with neighboring ranchers. The game features a dynamic weather system and seasonal events that keep the gameplay fresh throughout the in-game years.
Folks here love nothing more than kicking up their heels to the sound of fiddles and laughter, from hoedowns to fall festivals.
What's interesting is how your choices affect the developing frontier town. Help certain businesses, and the settlement will grow in different ways, opening up new opportunities or challenges. It rides onto the Switch on May 27th, 2025.
But watch your back. Not everyone around these parts is as sweet as Patty's peach pie.
Chronicles of the Wolf is a narrative-driven RPG where you shape your character's fate through tough choices and extensive exploration. You play as a cursed warrior who can transform between human and wolf forms, each with unique abilities for combat and traversal. The skill tree is impressively deep, letting you specialize in dozens of different combat styles and magical abilities. The morality system is particularly interesting. Rather than simple good or evil choices, your decisions fall on multiple axes that shape how NPCs perceive you, and what paths open up as the story progresses. It now officially launches June 19th, 2025, with pre-orders going live next week. Time to grab your shovel again. Wicked Wishes, the free DLC for Shovel Knight Dig, adds a new boss, relics, and a playable version of the Mysterious Witch. The DLC introduces the Enchanted Mines, a completely new biome with unique enemies and hazards. The Witch character plays completely differently from Shovel Knight, with magical abilities that change how you approach the procedurally generated challenges. There are also new achievements to unlock and secrets to discover that tie into the greater Shovel Knight universe. Yacht Club Games continues to support their titles with amazing free content. It drops May 15th, 2025, the same day as Preserve, neon lights, high-speed platforming, and explosive boss battles. Neon Apex, Beyond the Limit, looks like a love letter to Mega Man fans with a cyberpunk aesthetic. You'll dash, wall jump, and blast your way through 12 stages, each with a unique theme and boss. Defeat bosses to gain their powers, then use those abilities to exploit weaknesses in other bosses. A classic formula that still feels fresh with modern game design. The difficulty is customizable, making it accessible for newcomers while still providing a serious challenge for platforming veterans. There's also a time attack mode for speedrunners and a boss rush mode that unlocks after completing the main campaign. This one's landing on May 16th, 2025, making for a packed week of releases. Both Harvest Moon, The Lost Valley, and Skytree Village are being bundled together in a revamped dual pack for the Switch with enhanced visuals and performance optimizations. The bundle includes all previously released DLC for both games, plus some exclusive new crops, animals, and customization options. There's also cross-save functionality between the two games, allowing you to carry over certain items and achievements. For fans of farming sims, this is tremendous value. Over 100 hours of gameplay in a single package with quality-of-life improvements that make these classics even better. The crops start growing on July 3rd, 2025. Nikoderiko is a colorful 2.5D platformer built in Unreal Engine, with co-op, treasure hunting, and tight platforming. This director's cut includes Switch-exclusive content that wasn't available in other versions. The game follows a young apprentice wizard on a quest to restore magic to a world where it's mysteriously disappearing. The spellcasting system lets you combine different elements to solve puzzles and defeat enemies in creative ways. The Switch version includes exclusive levels, a new playable character, and amiibo support that unlocks special cosmetic items. Local co-op supports up to 4 players, making this a great choice for family game night. It's set to launch April 15th, 2025? Wait, that's actually last month. It's already available on the eShop right now. And that wraps up our look at 14 new and updated Switch games you definitely don't want to miss. Which ones caught your eye? I'm personally most excited about Moadra and Chromatic, but there's something for everyone in this incredible lineup. If you enjoyed this roundup, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Hit subscribe and the notification bell for weekly Switch content, early reviews, and exclusive gameplay footage you won't find anywhere else. And let me know in the comments, which of these games are you playing day one? Is there anything I missed that you're looking forward to? I'm Matt, this is Level Up Switch, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy gaming, everybody!